what are we gonna do today? So it's gonna be a nice little quick dinner, so it's nothing cooked, it's pretty hot out, so I figured let's go do a little, well, what we call Wurstsalat. So you can't even pronounce that. It's a salad made from sausage. In this case, actually, it's always made from this sausage. It's bologna. So a lot of bologna. If you can, try to get a German one, but you know, any bologna will do. In Germany, there's something called a ring bologna that's kind of like a summer sausage shape, and it's shaped into a ring, but it's the same thing as any other bologna. So bologna, bologna, whatever you want to call it. So what I'm going to do is quickly wrap up an onion here. There we go. I've already peeled the cuke, so it's a little bit of cucumber. You can add some tomato if you want to, and I think maybe I will, because tomatoes are in season. I've got a bunch of really nice ones here, so maybe I'll just add a little bit. Traditionally, you wouldn't. So there's two types of this dish. Traditionally. So the one is called the Bavarian sausage salad, if you want to translate it like that. And the other one is called the Swiss sausage salad. The difference is the Bavarian is only sausage. The Swiss one, guess what? It has Swiss cheese in it. So in addition to the bologna. I'm going to do a Swiss version, although I don't have a lot of Swiss cheese. So I've got some Gruyere and I've got some, what's that, Gouda. And so I just use that. Use whatever cheese you like, pepper jack, yeah, whatever you got and whatever you like if you want to put cheese in. If not, just leave the cheese out. So I'm just going to give this a rough chop here. It is a pretty rustic salad and it's done really, really quick. Again, there's no cooking involved, but you will be full afterwards once you ate it. All you'd need, well, for my taste, all you'd need is some kind of bread to go with it. And I wouldn't recommend like the typical toast kind of stuff. You know, something a little bit more hearty, like a rye bread or sourdough or something with seeds in it. It would be nice. Or a seeded baguette would work. So let's do some onion rings. You chop those real thin. I like lots of onions, so again, you don't have to adhere to any of the rules here. There are no rules in the kitchen. Well, there are no rules. Don't stab anyone with a knife, maybe. But other than that, there's no rules. So here we got some bologna. Look at it. Big piece of it. It's got a little bit of a discoloration here, which would be fine. I just don't like the looks of it. So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting this into maybe 1/8 of an inch slices. If you can only get sliced bologna, whatever, well, get it sliced. So it makes not really any difference. What I would recommend though, if you go into like a supermarket like Walmart or you know something like that, there is this like bologna. So this is a beef bologna. I wouldn't go with the other one unless you really, really like it. Of course, it's in your estimation what you want to do. But whenever I read made with chicken and pork and something, the with is the word. So with means if you read the label, there's pretty much very little of that in it. Most of it is fillers and it just tastes awful. So get a decent sausage, you know, spend the extra $5. So now I'm cross-cutting this into about the size that we chopped up the cucumber. And there we already go. That's it. So now we need some cheese. There's a little leftover Swiss cheese. Again, cut it small. Okay. And since this is not enough cheese for my taste, I'll just add a little. What's this? That's I think a triple cream Gouda. There we have it. I think that's good enough on the cheese side. I just added in for a little bit of different flavor. So I'm not the biggest fan of a large pile of cheese in that salad. So I rather eat the cheese and have a glass of wine to go with it. But that's already everything we need to cut. Well, are we going to put a little tomato? Okay. Nice, beautiful tomato. Okay. That's it. So, salt. That's about good. Pepper. Well, you know, it could be a bit more. Okay. What I'm using is that's red pepper flakes, and I put them in a pepper mill, and I've mentioned that a couple of times, but I can't mention it often enough. It's so good. If you like hot, that is. So some of this. Then, this is apple cider vinegar. I like apple cider vinegar. Okay, and then what I like to do is add some water. Perfect. Let's have some oil. I'm using a flavorless oil for this, so this is sunflower oil. But yeah, so I stick to olive oil, which in this case would have a little bit too much flavor, or something like certain nut oils, which have too much own flavor for this, or sunflower oil. And this is it. Grab a nice piece of bread, toast it, and eat. Perfect. See you in another episode. If you liked this one, give it a thumbs up down there. If you didn't, don't come back, or maybe come back and check out another episode. And it would be awesome if you would subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, I'll see you in the next episode.